Hey, welcome to the second El Tour vlog. In the second edition of the blog, we have Nicola Cranmer of 2020. How are you? Good morning.
Good morning. I'm doing well. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Hey, I detect a little accent. How did you get to Tucson and what are you up to?
Um, well, that's a long story. I moved to America in the late 80s and quickly got into cycling and have never looked back. And it became my career at some point along the way.
How did you get involved with 2020? Because you have a great group of women cyclists who do great things.
Well, I was racing in the Bay Area in Northern California, and I was racing for a co-ed team, and I decided that I wanted to start a women's team. I didn't really know what that meant back then, but that was 16 years ago. So it was a very organic process of starting off as a regional amateur team and then just quickly developing into Olympic development and junior development.
And has it gone the way you've expected it to go?
Yeah, I mean, in the beginning, I wasn't expecting it to go anywhere. I was working in real estate, and it just kind of took over my life, which to me says that I was meant to be doing this. And, been through a few Olympic cycles with our program, and we'll look to at least get through the next one.
No, I guess you're the accidental bike owner of a group of great women.
Yeah, team. It's a women's professional road and mountain and gravel racing and track racing.
How has the COVID-19 pandemic affected you guys?
Well, obviously it affected us pretty heavily as we had 5 athletes that were slated to go to Tokyo Olympics. But we quickly pivoted and hoping that it will happen next year. We've used the Zwift platform to actually do a lot of racing. We were on that platform almost for 2 years now at this point, and some of our athletes have been training on Zwift for even longer. So that's been great because we get to do weekly races. And it's a great platform too for our sponsors to be able to get exposure still while there's no IRL racing.
Great transition. We'll be doing some Zwift events with you guys, which we're very excited. I'm saying we as an El Tour, we're excited about. Can you explain some of the things involved? Maybe talk about Amanda Coker, who will be doing our first ride. She'll be the leader.
Yeah, well, let's start with talking about Zwift. Not everybody knows what Zwift is.
Okay.
So Zwift is a platform where you can do group rides, races, meetups, all from the comfort of your own home. And so it's a virtual platform, but unlike regular gaming where you're just sitting in an armchair and using your hands, you're actually physically working. So you attach your bike to a smart trainer, and then you open up your computer or your phone or your iPad and log into Zwift.com and create an account, and you get to ride in virtual worlds. Some of these virtual worlds are actual worlds as well, so like Innsbruck and London. And the Richmond World Championship course, they've copied the courses identically, and then you get to look at your screen and ride around these courses. Some of the worlds, like Watopia, is a make-believe world.
And in fact, that will be one of the courses that we'll be riding on with El Tour.
Yeah, so what we're doing is we're going to have a full week meetup program, and what that means is it's not a public group ride, it's a private ride, and it will be led by one of our athletes, Amanda Coker. She is a ultra cyclist, and she's world champion or world record holder for the most miles ridden in a year, and also the fastest 100,000 miles ridden in a year. And some of those stats, without having them in front of me, I think it was about 237 miles a day for 365 days straight. So this Watopia ride is nothing for her. And she, so the Watopia loop, the TikTok loop that we'll be doing next weekend. That's
This
it,
coming
Saturday.
weekend.
Yeah, this coming weekend, Saturday at 6 a.m. Pacific. It's about a 15, 16 kilometer course, and it's rolling. There's one little tiny climb in it, and we'll probably get to do the course twice. And then the sweeper on Saturday will be Shayna Powless. And Shayna Powless, she participated in El Tour de Tucson last year. She helped me with the kids ride, which was amazing. And yeah, Shayna's a great fan of El Tour de Tucson, and she'll be helping Amanda lead the ride on Saturday.
So this is common for you guys. You do this in a weekly event. What can the El Tour cyclists who want to join for the weekend expect?
Well, it's a very conversational pace. The ride will be 60 minutes long. They will need to follow Amanda Coker on using the Zwift Companion app. And once they do that, then they can get invited to the meetup. Once you've been invited to the meetup, you can accept or decline. And so you get to the start a little bit early. Everyone will be in a pen together, and then the clock will count down to the start of the race or the ride, which will be 6 a.m. Pacific. Probably 1.8 to 2.2 watts per kilo is the speed pace that the ride will be going at. So Amanda will have a yellow beacon, Shayna will have a red beacon. Everyone will be tied together. So in this format of event, even if you're a little bit slower, you won't get dropped. We'll keep the ride together. So it'll be conversational. You'll be able to talk to the ride leaders. They'll give you a little bit of information about El Tour de Tucson, and it really is just for fun. So this first ride will be 60 minutes long, and it's just, you know, really just a friendly group ride.
Interactive too, because you're able to speak to or to communicate with Amanda as well.
Texts, yes,
Text.
yes. We may set up a Discord channel eventually, but for right now, I mean, that just adds another layer of technology that people need to implement. So for right now, you can use your companion app, which you download onto your phone. It's called Zwift Companion, and you're able to talk to the ride leaders, and they can communicate back with you. You can do voice to text or just text your question.
All this seems very easy. Does it sound as easy as it is?
Very. I mean, once you have your Zwift set up, I mean, even if you don't have a smart trainer, you can still ride on Zwift with rollers or just a regular old trainer. Super easy. And if you want to just try it out, you can get your 7-day trial set up this week. Be warned about that, though. It takes you through a little bit of a learning process, which will take about 15 or 20 minutes. So don't sign up for your free trial right before the start of the ride on Saturday. Do it a couple of days before, get familiar with how you access, how you launch Zwift. And also just another tip, regularly update your app, because there's constant updates and you don't want to be scrambling last minute to join the ride and then there's an update that might take a few minutes.
Let me also say that these groups only allow for 100, the first 100 or the 100 event, 100 people in the event, correct?
Yes, yes. The private meetups, that's the maximum capacity. So get signed up early, and that means follow Amanda Coker, and that's Coker on the Zwift Companion app.
Will you be on the ride as well?
Possibly, yes. Yeah, I do a lot of Zwifting. We have our own team weekly ride for those that will miss Saturday. And that's on Thursdays at 6 a.m. Pacific. And that's called the Road to Tokyo with 2020. And there's usually at least between 3 and 5 of our team members on that ride each week. And that's a bigger ride. That's a public ride. And usually the capacity's anywhere from 400, 500 to 700.
Very nice, very nice. So I'm looking forward to this early in the morning on Saturday. I'm sure you are too. It's how everybody's getting their exercise in now. In fact, I went to look at some Zwift riders, and everyone has them. They're sold out. So everyone, all the stores are sold out.
Oh, if the trainers, yeah, it's a really hard to get the smart trainers right now. But like I said, if you just want to get started, You can do it on rollers. You can do it on a regular trainer, just the old school trainer that you might still have in your garage somewhere. So, don't let that be a barrier to entry. And you do get your free trial. And then you can see if you like it and get signed up.
So they can join us after this week. We're going to do 3 more throughout the month of July, excluding the July 4th weekend.
Yeah, that's right. And we'll go to different worlds. We'll be in London. We'll go to Innsbruck, and I forget the last one, but yeah.
I can't wait. I can afford this type of ride if you're going to take me all over the world.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Nicola. Appreciate your time. We see you on Saturday for the ride.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.